I would probably still favor Liquids just because of this Phantom Lancer, and they have these two super elusive heroes. Like Sven can get out of control to deal with one of them, but it's about if they can deal with both of these two. If they get to that point, they can become super hard to kill because just how elusive they are, and there's no real good lockdown. It's just like now it's Sven stun and an arrow if it catches them, but yeah, nothing super reliable versus this PL and Ember Spirit since they can disjoint majorities.
All right, so
cool.
I still like to introduce all the players.
Good. Yeah, I actually prefer when people do that. We haven't had it too often. So.
Yeah, it helps players know, or people know what's happening at home. Who's playing what? Miracle will play the Ember Spirit. You were right. So this will be again a new hero that he plays. This is his 13th game in this tournament and his 13th hero.
He didn't play the Ember yesterday?
No, that was Matu. He played Lycan in that game.
Really?
Yeah, so far Miracle has played Troll, Invoker, Morph, Zeus, Lycan. Oh,
no, he did play. He played a 19-1 Ember Spirit yesterday, yeah.
What?
And Matu played the Lycan.
Oh, then I messed him up.
Because I remember I saw him yesterday go like beyond godlike, and he was like carrying them super hard with the Ember Spirit. Yeah, it's okay.
I gotta write stuff down properly someday.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right, but I was introducing Liquid lineup. Mind Control will play Legion Commander. No surprise there. And we have Kuroki on the Winter Wyvern and Matuma Man. I'm playing the Phantom Lancer, and that means last but not least, GH on what else? An Earthshaker again.
His specialty.
His specialty indeed. And then we see Empire Mipushkan is Shadow Demon going into enemy territory with Roger on his Kunkka. Resolution will play as Sven. We'll here have FN in the middle lane on his Marana. And last, on the side of Empire, Ghostic. Clockwork for him on the off lane. Alright, which lanes do we favor? What are we expecting to see here? Because this Shadow Demon and Kunkka, I feel like they will have quite a bit of freedom here.
They should have a good amount of freedom. They're going to have to stay bottom right away, though, because of the way Mind Control itemized too. Poor man's shield, Tango. He should be able to contest for a decent amount of experience, but it's a very scary tri-lane. Shadow Demon, Kunkka with another follow-up stun. But since it's dire, Mind Control should be able to get a good amount of experience since the wave meets at a better location. Marana mid, you can harass a good amount versus the Ember Spirit, but I think Miracle is very used to these kind of matchups, and he should be able to do it just fine. And GH, whenever he's playing this Earthshaker, he sits on the mid lane.
Yeah.
So that'll be able to let Miracle have a pretty sustained one. And then top lane, it's going to be Ghostic getting probably a bit more than the Legion Commander. So I'd say it's fairly even across the board, just that Ghostic's going to be getting probably a little bit more, so maybe a little bit favored for Empire on those lanes.
Oh, FN, he did have a leap available, but yeah, GH still harassing. Meet that bottom lane. This might actually be first blood. Mind Control locked in position, but he gets himself out with an easy overwhelming odds on 3. A lot of harass coming out from him, forcing out some regen there.
That's the problem between that tri-lane. They're lacking a little bit of damage. They have some chase if they catch the Legion near the tower, like closer there, because they have slow cooldowns. But
Ghostic, Ghostic, you gotta run. You can't run. You're Fissure. Oh,
that was scary.
That was very scary. Almost got out with that Fissure there, but first blood in the hands of Kuroki.
All eyes on GH. That's always what we say about when he's playing these Earthshakers or IOs.
That's basically every game.
Yeah.
He played Coddle like once or something when it wasn't banned, but generally you want to always ban the Coddle because he's a beast on that.
Yeah, he's so scary. The way that they play around his Coddle, they just like let him farm and just he gets that Aghanims at like 20 minutes and then they just win the game right afterwards on the first daytime usually.
Yeah. And he's back in mid as well to see if he can help Miracle out a bit. In the meantime, it was actually Mind Control that goes into the jungle, stops being bottom. The lane is all the way to the tower, so Rezo has an easy time farming on bot lane.
This is what I've been seeing KP from Newbie doing when he's playing the Legion. He starts at the bottom, he gets level 2, gets his Calling Blade, then just resorts to the jungle pretty much exclusively if he's versus a tri-lane. Because you farm super fast. I mean, Legion jungle still is a thing after the first wave. Not at the start.
No, that is that. I'm just having fun here in this mid lane. They're both teams scanned at about the same location at the same time, and then Roger just wanted to go in, but the Fissure already stopped FN, and then the Torrent didn't hit, and he seemed just running back and forth. But they really want to get an advantage here because it's a very close lane. In terms of last hits, Miracle is a little bit ahead, but FN is not really getting shut down that much. It's funny how much pressure they put on that right now. But then again, GH is rotating again to top lane.
make sure you can shut down Ghostic a little bit, because Clockwork, like we were saying, like, he's bound to get some level since he's versus a dual lane, but if he oversteps his bounds like this, it is possible for him to get fissure blocked with the rotation of Wyvern.
Oh, mind control. He's actually stuck between the illusions of Miposhka's disruption. Sven has not got a stun available anymore. One hit is needed for him to get that nut. Doesn't matter. Miposhka actually had the Shadow Poison high enough.
That's
Nice
one.
skill.
That's one way to, when you're lacking damage in those lanes, instead of going for the Soul Catcher build, you pump the points up into Shadow Poison. Costs a lot of mana, but the damage is pretty good if you get a couple stacks out.
Yeah, and he couldn't move back. The only way was forward. It got stunned up as well, and down he goes. And they didn't even need Kunkka for that.
Yeah. Fairly impressive with the block on the other trees.
Yeah. Ghostic level 3. Looking to maybe help out mid as well, or was he checking out the rune perhaps? Yeah, that was indeed the case. The rune, however, is already bottled illusion rune for Miracle.
Miracle's starting to pull decent amount ahead of FN in that mid lane. Probably just the threat of the GH rotations, and I think Miracle also, FN initially had a salve being brought out, and Miracle leveled up Sleight of Fist earlier to cancel the salve right away. So that kind of hurt him a bit, made him feel threatened. GH bottom.
Yeah, might be in a bit of trouble. Miposhka's here as well. He's got a disruption available if he wants to secure another poison on there, which is exactly what he does. An arrow flying in as well, but GH is able to dodge that one. Gets a Fissure off. In comes Mind Control, and now Roger is the one on the run. GH helping to secure that kill, and Shadow Demon also in way too deep dies. 4 Hero of Liquid came to the aid of GH.
That nighttime rotation. Matu, top lane, looking to try to take out Ghostic, but taking a little bit too much damage from that battery assault.
Yeah, can't dive that. He's still doing quite okay on the mana though, but he needs to be careful, especially with the teleport in coming there from the Kunkka.
That was such a convenient rotation for Liquid. Kuroki was just making his way toward bottom to start setting up wards and leave PL alone, and they get double kill, and also their shrine comes up so they can pressure more bottom. Everybody being full health, now they can actually hurt Rezo a bit while they leave the PL alone top.
Yeah, Rezo popped a salve for that one. He has a stun available. Will go for GH, but Kuroki's close by. Miposhka can't really help Resolution, but I don't think he needs to. GH has another Fissure. He can deny himself to neutrals if he wants to, or he can just bait it out. Miposhka died in the meantime. That was Mind Control getting him. We were following this chase around because why not? Mind Control has got some mana. If he needs to use it on GH, he does it. Overwhelming odds will save the day, and Resolution does not get the gold.
Very smart rotation from Liquid, yeah, just making Rezo's life a bit miserable. Playing versus a free farm Sven is nothing that you want when you're playing with a PL in your lineup. So if you disrupt him a bit, your PL gets ahead, and yeah, that's the dream.
It does mean that they both have to run back to base, but that's absolutely worth it because they wasted the time of Rezo, yeah. And leave Kuroki for some extra experience.
Yeah, and he's already level 4. Kuro's doing extremely well, almost 5 even. So chain pulling. Kuroki has 9 CS as well. Feels good.
And he wants to keep that siege creep, or rather make sure it doesn't get last hitted by Rezo. But Roger comes in. Kuroki, gotta be careful there. Gets torrented. But
Roger might be the one
yep.
in trouble.
Oh, level 3 Kunkka on the run. He's got the boots. He's also got the infused raindrops.
And they save him.
Ow!
The raindrop save.
For now. For now. Because
GH ain't stopping.
He's very speedy. He gets disrupted. There's a stun available on Rezo. He had this clarity popping, so he had the mana, and now GH in a lot of trouble. He gets help though. Has got the cold embrace from Kuro, and now is Rezo in trouble. The Fissure comes out. The damage is there, but not enough to take him down. Miposhka's out of mana. Arrow comes as well. Mirana not able to make a difference just yet.
Oh my god, the raindrops are saving everybody.
The raindrops are actually saving GH just now as well. GH is baiting Miposhka and gets a stun off as well. Kuroki finds him, and there comes Miracle, because why not?
The amount of heals, the press, the attack, and cold embrace combination, allowing Miracle to get down there in time. Oh god.
That must be so frustrating because it was so close multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, Raindrop saved the Kunkka twice, then Raindrop saved GH, and then in addition with all the heals, little things adding up there, and allowing Liquid to keep that pressure going.
Now on the bright side, Rezo didn't actually die, so it could have been worse. Miposhka did, of course, end up dropping, but it's just a support, and he doesn't have any penny to his name, so it's not that big of a loss. But overall, obviously, they really prefer to have some kills, because it was also the first rotation that Mirana made.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do anything, unfortunately, for him. FN is level 8, still doing quite fine on the old last hits.
Yeah, still farming great.
Still a bit behind there.
Dodging the one skill point in Moonlight Shadow. I know a lot of people do that to go for the leap, but having Moonlight Shadow can be pretty damn useful in those type of situations. Bottom in particular. Miracle stealing a whole triple stack.
Woo! First hook shot of the game by Ghostic, and that was an Invis rune.
Oh.
And no detection.
Yeah, and he's fine.
He's fine.
And he stole the whole stack from poor Rezo. Right in front of him. And he stole the whole stack, forced the reactions, clockwork hooks, and he still survives and backs up.
And that hook shot I always feel like has a lot of pressure to do well, to, you know, set the pace.
Yeah. It's like a triple win there for Liquid.
Yeah.
GH also gets a little bit of experience in the mid lane. Now Miracle makes his way back over there, putting some pressure onto FN.
Alright.
Uh-oh, he's got the remnants too after the leap. He's committing.
Yeah, he's going for it, but there comes Clockwork helping out, gets the cogs out. Miracle has Remnant to get out though. He's okay. So right now these skirmishes are obviously favoring Liquid.
Yeah.
What's Empire's plan here? How long are they gonna keep trying to do skirmishes like this, which are obviously not working out?
They have to overcommit. I think that's the biggest thing, is if they do see those type of like, 3-man rotations. I think getting some better lane ward could also be cool. Like if they want to really secure Rezo, get that ward behind the tower. If anything, I think the biggest thing they can do though is sit behind Rezo. He is their big hero. Having that 1 point in Moonlight Shadow also can make a huge difference to set up or counter-initiate.
Yeah,
So I think that's what they should be doing. Sit around Rezo.
They want to go for mind control. He already got the cold embrace to help him out a little bit more. Kuroki can't help him all the way though, but GH might be able to, and they might be able to turn this around as well. Miposhka on the run, very low in life, has to be careful there. Mind control, just as careful. Arrow fire,
arrow?
and that will get him actually. Ghostic. He's happy that that FN showed up to help him because he got very low TP out from Kuro, and he's okay. Ah, they finally got some return from that investment.
Yeah, I think that's like ideally what they have to do. If they're expecting that kind of aggression, they should just have the Mirana poured in almost. Mirana or Clockwork has to pour in those situations in order to defend. Or an overcommitment. That time it's a little bit of an overcommitment, but that's fine because that's what they need to be doing at this point in the game since they're a bit behind.
It almost went real bad though. Like
Yeah.
if GH was a little bit higher level, that would have been 3 dead.
Everybody
questions
was
asked.
super low.
Yeah.
And now we have Kuroki with 6, so he does have that Winter's Curse, which can definitely turn stuff around.
Yeah, would have turned that around as well, or at least I got some extra kills on the board.
Rez was trying to make a little cute move top. But
Getting some farm in the tower dropped here. This PL is because we haven't really not seen Matuma Man. He's just been farming.
yeah.
All the fights have been on the bottom lane, and Matuma Man is just taking full advantage. He's topping the net worth, and he's doing real well.
Yeah, that's the thing that we were like kind of saying that. Oh, they actually get the X on him. He's got Doppelganger though. Should be just fine.
The disruption, that's a bit of an awkward combination, but he's fine.
Yeah, having like the 4 heroes who can fight so much with like Legion, Wyvern, Earthshaker, and Ember Spirit gives so much liberty to the PL just to do what PL needs to do, is farm that Diffusal Blade, and then you can go actually battle with your team.
Yeah, mind control
Bottom
again,
lane.
stuck in cogs, but Kuroki is already there to help out. He has also got the Winter's Curse if needed. Stark. Oh, he doesn't get it off!
And Miracle's here now too.
Yep, mid animation, in comes the Jewel. That is the first plus damage for mind control on both Clockwork and Mirana, which are both arguably the tempo controllers for Empire. Both
Yeah, they're the big tempo controllers. Exactly what I was gonna say too. Yeah, it's really painful for them to lose both, and Ghostic is getting further and further behind. 2,000 net worth on this off-lane Clockwork. None of his rotations are being successful.
Yeah, he's lower than Kuroki's Winter Wyvern, which I mean,
It's pretty rare.
That is
Kuroki
pretty
usually
rare.
doesn't get not this much farm,
Yeah.
especially when he's playing a Wyvern.
I mean, he hasn't really actively farmed that much. He's just been involved in all the action,
Yeah.
really. Whether he wants it or not, he is involved in the action right now as well. Ghostic again, the target of all the aggression of Liquid, and Miracle even. Look at this. This is 5 heroes. Nice Torrent though, up on 4. Can there be anything else? I don't think so. Notice how he already knew he was dying. He just tried to deny himself. It doesn't even pop the shrine. So that's I really like that. Like the little like doesn't pop the shrine.
Yeah, he
Saving it
accepted
for
his
later.
faith.
He accepted his faith.
His fate, sorry.
Yeah, faith. I mean, I just
We
copied
accepted
him.
his faith, yes.
I don't think native English speaker Shirley Fug knows what he's talking about.
English was my second language.
Hey, mine too. But yeah, I mean, the only upside is Miposhka got his level 6. He got some extra experience up at top. Because they were actually 5 people from Liquid in the Radiant jungle that time.
Yeah, Matu got involved very early on. Didn't think that he'd come down there, but might as well, if he feels like his lane is just a dead lane at that point, may as well just get involved with his team, since they're looking very strong right now. They can kind of just like steamroll over. Since Kunkka doesn't have 6, just kidding. Kunkka just used the tome. He's now 6 with the boat.
And there we go. Mind Control is also ready for a gank here. Look at that. It's Ghost Tick again. Roger, he should be okay.
Oh no, the boat does come out.
Yeah, but it's not enough. I mean, it's just dual damage again. He did use the hook shot for that, which I think it's a little bit of a waste, but I guess it's a fairly short cooldown.
Yeah.
It's not like he can do anything anymore at the time because Liquid seems to be 5-manning this.
Yeah, and the scary thing is that Liquid's teamfight is infinitely better. The only thing that Empire really has going for them for teamfight is Kunkka. And that's pretty much it. Just because now its Clockwork is super shut down. He's more of like a kind of pick-off hero initiator. But when he's this shut down, I mean...
Look at where Rezo's farming.
That's desperation. His jungle is invaded. That is the proper place. That is the best place that he can farm right now.
The safest place is where they least expect you.
Exactly. Top lane.
Miposhka, he has got the backup. There's an arrow flying in as well, and that's the combination that they need to have. That's like textbook Mirana Shadow Demon. They need to have more of those kills.
Yeah. I think the Moonlight Shadow will play a big factor if Empire is able to use it properly to set up for those kind of ganks and kills.
Oh, Rezo finds himself through a Miracle. He actually focused on a Miracle there, but he gets a Cold Embrace instantly.
Oh, Courier though. Just one-shots the Courier.
Yeah, one Courier down. A Miracle on KuroKy.
That's a win.
Yeah.
I'd be. You definitely take those. That's Courier. Nice chunk of gold going for your entire team. Forced reactions as well.
Yeah, every little bit helps. All tier 1 towers on the side of Empire are down now though, so the map control is greatly reduced.
Yeah. And playing as a Sven, it's very awkward when your safe lane tower dies so early because the access points into your jungle are all there for Liquid.
Yep.
You're very concerned about farming your Ancients pretty much ever now on that right side. So Rezo now pretty much has to take the mid lane farm, which would ideally be like where the Mirana would be, and Mirana has to go toward bottom, so she's a bit safer to farm there.
Alright, so Liquid is also back to farming a bit. What needs to happen for Liquid to be more aggressive? Because they were 5-manning until the point where all the tier 1s dropped. What's their next step in their plan? Which is, so far their plan's working, but what's their next step?
I don't think they really need to force too much. The tempo of the game is really good for them.
Yeah.
So I think they can just like farm it up. They can distribute themselves amongst lanes, wait for GH to get that Blink Dagger, which he's very close to, and then they can probably just go for that type of smoke. You see KuroKy sitting behind GH, just guaranteeing him to get that blink, so
yeah,
that would definitely be the...
Yeah, Empire scans
thing.
as well,
Yeah.
so they know they weren't going to go for that.
They're going to get a lot of their timings at the exact same time. It's going to be the blink on the Shaker, the Diffusal on the PL, and the blink on the Legion are all going to come pretty much in unison when that Courier respawns, which also has Miracle's full Eul Scepter on it.
Is it time for action at that point, or...?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. They can just start invading. They definitely feel much more powerful, especially because they know Sven has not been farming Ancients and his safe lane got invaded, so they know Sven's items are crippled massively at this point.
They really are. He's got himself the Mask of Madness.
Yeah, FN also doing okay, 6,400 net worth, but it's a Mirana this early on. His damage potential is still pretty low, especially versus these very elusive heroes like we were mentioning. Ember Spirit with Flame Guard doesn't really care too much about the Starstorm.
Yeah.
Mirana's damage really starts escalating when you get that level 15 and level 20 for the 30 attack speed and 50 damage. Since we've been seeing that, you know, Mirana's only going for that exclusive right-click build.
Or needs to have some help from teammates and go for the ganks, but then you have to find someone of Liquid that is all by his lonesome.
Yeah.
And that looks to be a tough act right now.
Lots of smokes being bought up by Kuro. He's just waiting for that Courier to respawn, and they're going to bring a magnitude of items for them.
I mean, they're already grouping up. They're already looking to do something here, perhaps, or maybe they just are aware that Empire is not in a position to stop them from moving onto the buildings.
Yeah, they're the ones dictating the pace of the game completely. Just invading. They can even respond to tower pushes because they have Legion Commander with Blink and Earthshaker with Blink.
All right.
So they have multiple setups.
How is Empire
initiations.
stopping the bleeding? Because this is not looking good, and we're kind of, because you know it's all looking good for Liquid, and they're getting their items, and they're gonna, you know, they can waltz down mid if they want to and probably be successful.
I think they need to farm. I don't think they can really go for these kind of fights versus what Liquid has. It's too tough for their lineup to actually. They have to have like the perfect kind of initiation, and they don't have that. The Clockwork is too shut down to get great initiations versus Liquid's double blinks. So I think they have to just sit behind people and kind of expect the movements, or use Moonlight Shadow very aggressively when they show more on Liquid, when Liquid shows in multiple lanes.
Well, they go for a smoke right now, and they're gonna smoke close to Rezo, so Rezo could potentially join in if the fight happens close by, but we see also Liquid gathering up. They're all around that mid lane and look to perhaps smoke as well.
Empire's done this in a lot of their games. They just have Rezo force a lane out, and then they smoke, and they actually go in front of the lane to find a battle.
Oh.
But Liquid is prepared for this one. They've got Haste Rune on Miracle, and everyone's got all their items online now.
Yeah, Moonlight Shadow doesn't matter if you get dusted. Arrow will still fly in, but it doesn't matter. The jewel's already done. And Liquid's looking for more.
Stopped Miposhka's TP with the fissure.
Yeah, nice. Miposhka is still invisible. Oh, they actually still scouted him, so they can do something perhaps. They know exactly where he is, actually. Everybody's in the trees, but yeah, the disruption's not going to happen to Miposhka. Or maybe it is, not on himself, though. He's just still dead. Rezo is hoping that they don't know where he is.
Stay away from me. 5 more seconds, I can TP.
Yeah, there is, luckily for him, no scan available on the side of Liquid. But yeah, that was a ditch effort for like Empire. That just, I mean, you know that they gotta try, I guess, but it just timing was unfortunate with all the items just coming out.
They only lost supports. We'll count Ghostic
Sure.
as a support now at this point. He's at 3,000 net worth, so he's not really worth a whole chunk of gold, to be honest.
Sad guy.
He's only level 9, and the rest of the supports in the game are all pretty much 8 and 9 as well. Miracle
Right.
now, picking up a Blink Dagger. So they have 3 ways to start the or 3.5 ways to start the engagement on Liquid. I'll count Curse as well, but uh-oh, they isolate 2 heroes here.
Maybe. Oh, GH gets the Fisher out. Arrow will still hit on the Ember Spirit, and look at that, Rezo doing the damage. That's 1 down. Looking for the second. Double kill for FN. The rest of Liquid could not be there in time. They were bashing on the tier 2 middle.
Who traps who there?
Yeah.
Good rotation, great arrow by FN, and yeah, Rezo just being there, having that level 12, Echo Saber finished up. He's still scary on the Sven. The amount of damage you can always do with God Strength versus these low armor heroes like Ember Spirit is still a factor.
And if you're saying that Empire has to focus on farming up the Sven, how do you make sure that the Sven will be able to farm safely? Because
Playing like this, right? Like you run him and you have like everybody kind of running along with him. 3 or 4 heroes making the move with Rezo all the time.
but then you're gonna get really behind in your experience, and the rest of the team, you're sure your Sven can then farm, but the rest of the team is not getting much.
I think only the Sven and the Mirana really need to get farm in this game.
Okay.
Ideally, sure, it's a Clockwork wants to have something, but he'll get that naturally through fights.
He has actually got a Midas queued up.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the catch up Midas.
Oh. Not ideal.
Rezo's farm is looking pretty fine, to be honest. He's pretty close to that BKB. It's about, I mean, he needs the Ogre Club and the recipe, of course, but, or the Mithril Hammer and the recipe, but not the furthest away. Of course, when you're playing a Sven, we always like to say if you're even, you're behind as a Sven.
Yeah, because you normally should be on top of that net worth chart. Yeah. Oh, Roger. He gets jumped upon and jeweled and dies. Nice arrow, but no follow-up is available, unfortunately. Shadow Demon tried to get some disruption on the real PL, but he can't get it. He needs those illusions for himself. He has not been successful just yet. Oh, careful there, Roger. Managed to get himself out of that.
It's really tough for Empire to make aggressive plays instead of defensive plays right now because they only have Clockwork as the initiator. They don't have a Blink Dagger on the Sven, and he's, like we said, he's going for BKB first. So BKB and then the Blink Dagger, and then they can actually start making more aggressive plays. But yeah, it's just the Clockwork, and
yeah, and
he's
just missed
suffering.
his hook shot, so that's not going to happen anytime soon.
I think that would have been a very, very hard place to fight. Everyone from Liquid was actually there. May have been a bit fortunate for Ghostic.
Sure. Yeah, and he doesn't have anything, so he would just hook shot in and die, basically.
Liquid's doing the exact right thing that they should be. They're just keeping Empire suffocated in their base. They saw an Ancient stack. They don't back up. They can test it and take it, so that the Sven won't have that to farm later on. And yeah, they're just sitting, forcing the lanes in as much as possible. FN bottom. Miracle's looking to put some pressure on him with the DD, but the Moonlight Shadow.
Yeah, defensive Moonlight. Can they actually turn this into an aggressive one? I think he found out which one is the real one. He does indeed. Needs some extra backup though. The stun does still hit. Illusions. Get himself out, but Tuma is out. Get X-Mark though. Doppelganger. On a 10-second cooldown for now. Oh, and that's a jewel. Bye, Shadow Demon. You're dead. This, hello, Ghostic. You're on the wrong side. This is very optimistic for him. His team is not anywhere close. how do you come back? I mean, you could sure Sven is, you know, great hero and all that, but
High ground defense.
you gotta even then hope that Liquid messes up.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it comes down to a bit. High ground defense is no joke though. Once Sven gets BKB, it makes it a lot easier for them to actually take the fights in that, or BKB and Blink, because then they actually have him being able to start the fight at least a bit. But as we said during the draft, a big problem is going to be that press the attack to remove
Everything.
the one disable that Empire kind of does have.
Arrow, the stun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rough one. But Empire are not one for giving up. I mean, the previous game that they played is is showing of that. They played a 2-hour game before.
Yeah, they're just gonna do this. Yeah, wait till Resolution has the BKB. Everybody kind of play around him. Liquid though, look like they're set up for a smoke, waiting for Miracle to get closer, but no.
The flare
Rocket
just
just yeah, I think that Rocket saw it.
Yeah.
And they know where they are now though. Liquid does and Empire does. Empire's claiming the high ground here.
Oh, goes up with a doppelganger.
Matu is pretty tanky, and with all those illusions, oh god, now it's Ghostic. Has to try to run away.
And the jewel comes out, or is it? Yep,
There it is.
oh, Miposhka. So no disruption in that fight. Ghostic, I mean, that's not gonna happen. That's the rest is out. It's done.
Yeah, they still cannot take 5v5 engagements. Once Blink BKB, they can attempt to, but I think 5v5 is still way too hard. They have to get a couple pickoffs in the back line.
For a game that is looking as grim for Empire as it is right now, Rezo hasn't died yet, at all.
Yeah, 191 CS too. He's been looking for the places to farm in bizarre locations, you know, in the enemy jungle or wherever he can.
Yeah.
He's trying to do what he can, but there's not a whole lot of space for him to do so.
Now look at that vision also from coming out from Liquid. They have
Yeah.
this base on lockdown. Oop, they find themselves Roger. This Kunkka is getting a torrent out, but stick charges won't save him there. Oh no.
Starting to get out of hand. Sven has nowhere to farm. The only thing he can farm is the waves pushing into him.
Is it high ground time?
It's still hard for them to straight up force it. I mean, it's not like Empire has the greatest ways to push the waves out. They only really have like what, Rocket Flare, Shadow Poison, and Torrent, and Starfall. Those aren't really very good ones in comparison to the usuals that you do see, like Coddle Blast or Legion Commander Nuke, etc. Liquid just can keep them trapped in their base though, take out all the last towers, and
When is it Roshan time?
the thing is that their heroes don't really hit Roche the greatest. Maybe when Legion Commander has the armlet, he's pretty close to that. They can do it better. This
Because wouldn't
Kuroki
an Aegis
going
fix it?
yeah, it'll help. I mean, I think they're more about just fighting though. They can just take a fight and then go for it once they kill people. But this is just like they don't really have to force it, right? This is them being pretty happy with the situation that's happening. They're like, okay, we can farm bottom, we can farm mid, we can farm top, and Empire's farming nothing.
Yeah.
So feels pretty good.
GH just spam pinged out the boat that was flying
Duel coming
through.
out.
Yeah, and that Jewel actually oh no, never mind. Still goes away with Man Control, who is stuck in Cogs. Echo Slam coming out as well. Miracle looking for a target, finds himself. Ghostic. Oh, this Clockwork is so juicy. Two
GH
down.
GH's Echo a bit off the mark. He's gonna pay with his life to FN.
Yeah, his team was a little bit too far away from him.
Rezo's
Miracle?
here.
Yeah, he's
Got God Strength for a few more seconds, but oh, he gets
Oh.
cursed as the BKB goes off.
Look at him caught mid-action, looking for a target still, but he just decides, no, that is not where he wants to be. He just teleports out.
Uh-oh, and they saw FN for a second, but no, FN actually gets out as well.
Yeah, he's fine. That was scary though.
First BKB usage, and he gets insta-cursed. That's grim.
Very grim. They did get the Earthshaker, but Earthshaker's already back alive again. And obviously they again lost their two supports, don't get anything off the back of it. Liquid doesn't seem to be too phased by losing GH.
Nope. They're fine with all this. They're just gonna continue the same thing. Empire can't really push the waves out fast enough. They only have the Sven who can do it properly right now. I'm sure Mirana can, but it's just Liquid keeping them trapped in their base.
I mean,
Ember Spirit just always sitting there with the remnants, just jumps back in after porting back and healing.
you said that Empire just need to farm up. Oh, hello, that was a Jewel. Need to farm up Rezo. That is something that Liquid knows as well, so they're making sure that he can't farm.
Yeah, that's
pretty
he's not
simple,
allowing
I
him
guess.
to.
Arrow misses. Clockwork. He dies still. Or does he? Or does he? He might be living. This actually is not looking good for Miracle. The boat hits. Miracle drops. GH on the run as well. Rezo.
He's got the God Strength on right now.
Yep, he's just a little bit slow. Nice arrow up on the Wyvern with the X marking back. That is 3 down on the side of Liquid. This could be a big chunk of gold for Empire, especially if they can get Matumba here as well. Jump forward, does have the mana for a Starstorm if he wants to. Not
He just
more
turns.
though. He just turns and might be able to fight this with Mind Control coming out as well. But Porshka taking a lot of damage, gotta be careful there. Getting chased down by an Illusion as well. Mind Control looking to finish the job.
Matu's still alive too.
Yeah.
Mind Control's gonna try to chase Miposhki, gets the duel. We'll be able to clean him up and pay with his life.
Yeah, I don't think that's entirely worth it. Ooh,
Oh,
NPL just died as well. Roger.
Roger actually able to clean him up.
That's a team wipe.
That is how much gold? Let's see. 4,500 gold and 8,600 experience. Look how much experience that Kunkka got because he got the solo.
You got the
experience on
solo.
PL.
Oh, jeez.
4 torrents used in that fight. 2 arrows. There's a hard chase coming out. Empire having all 5
It's not
heroes.
over yet either. Nice Winter's Curse coming out. Clockwork getting taken down by Rezo, but he doesn't finish the job, and he does finish the job on GH after that with that stun. Oh, Kuroki just trying to force a Mac tier 1 tower in the mid lane. A lot of map control with that one. Takes it to... Hey, Empire!
Yeah, that's really big. They've got the Blink now with the BKB on Sven. Also level 18 for God Strength. And the Mirana starting to get online. Lincoln's finished. Hitting that level 18. Almost level 20 for that big surge in DPS.
This was a almost 15k gold
Yep.
lead, and it's down to 8.
Yeah, now the experience as well was about 10,000. It's like 2,500 experience lead. So that was a huge swing right there. Liquid has to definitely be careful of when they're doing those aggressive plays to have everybody. The problem was that they only had like 3 or 4 heroes and everybody was kind of running in like a straight line. So it wasn't them all together. And Empire punishes them.
Oh! And he got the X mark up as well! Is he coming back?
He has Yules. He has Yules up
He's
there.
fine, he's fine. That was because he actually got stunned because that was not an intended stun, I think, on Miracle. He just went back in there with
That could have been massive for Empire there.
Yeah.
Now God Strength is on cooldown though. They're smoking up for something though. Roger wants to smoke with Rezo, but without God Strength, I don't think taking a fight's a good idea.
Oh, GH gonna run into Maposhka. There's a disruption. There should be an arrow coming from FN as well, perhaps. No, it's on cooldown, unfortunately. Mind Control's here as well. He's looking for a jewel, looks for Maposhka, finds Maposhka. Maposhka, you're dead. Invis or not, that is 120
already?
damage every
Wow.
time. I mean, this Shadow Demon is the one that's supposed to save people from the jewels, but he's the one that constantly is the one that gets jeweled together with Ghost Stick, and that's just not happening. Kuroki, in a lot of trouble, gets himself off with a Cold Embrace. The boat misses.
Nice 4-staff.
Yep. There's a shrine in range. He's not getting it though.
Nope.
He knows he's dead. Again.
Liquid sticking together now, realizing probably that they should not split up at all versus this type of lineup. The game is definitely not over when you're playing versus a Sven and a Mirana. The Clockwork is completely shut down, of course, Ghost Stick, but he's not the one that really matters too much. And with all the stolen dual damage, he should be able to bring down Roche quite quickly.
Yep.
I said stolen dual damage. It's not stolen, it's just gotten dual
He just
damage.
got it, yeah, nobody lost it.
That would be brutal if you stole damage.
That a little overpowered, perhaps.
Rezo's in position though. He's got the Blink, the BKB. They look like they want to go for an engage. GH trying to just mess with them a bit here though.
He almost died there. There was a Winter's Curse used as well. He still gets the kill. That means that there's no Winter's Curse this fight, but Porshka still goes down at the start. Miracle making sure of that, jumping in with his remnants. Rezo.
Nice stun dodge by the Yules.
Yeah, but he blinks out because he doesn't have a lot of remnants. He's got 1 remnant left, and he wants to maybe use that aggressively, perhaps.
Got an Arcane Rune as well.
Jewel, that was again Clockwork. Nobody noticed.
Oh my goodness, and they're gonna get Rezo off of all this too.
Yeah, that is a nice kill. Triple kill already coming out for Miracle.
Oh god, Arcane Rune Ember is so disgusting. Having all those spells up every like 4 seconds is so absurd.
Woo.
But that was a cool little bait play though. You see GH jumps in, pays with his life, but he forces the God Strength to come out and everything, and the BKB to come out early, that they're able to kite him around. And now they're gonna get the Roche without having to do a big contest. That was really well played by Liquid. They're taking the fight outside rather than risking them taking a Roche fight into a Sven BKB.
I really thought that Empire had a chance that fight.
It did look like it. It was looking really close.
That Mirana was just really late. FN teleported from top. He got the tier 2 top and actually went all the way back to base rather than teleporting closer by, so he had to take the long walk.
Yeah.
And wasn't there in time. Otherwise, there would have been, if there was an instant jump, perhaps they could have taken a fight more on their terms, but
Yep.
alas. Alas, indeed. But it's just a Roshan. We have seen the high ground defense of Empire is not bad at all. They just have to get Liquid to try and overextend.
Yeah, they're still definitely strong. The big scary thing is that whenever Sven pops the BKB, it seems like the Winter's Curse is always there.
Yeah.
So he has to try to find a way to. He has to try to find a way to find KuroKy in the back.
Look! Free damage! Yes!
Oh, the dream. 152. Fresh Shadow Blade picked up there for Mind Control. He's sitting at oh my god, he's doing over 350 damage per hit already, with the armlet not even turned on.
He was friendly enough to give Mipushka the bounty route before.
Oh, okay.
So a little bit.
I mean,
of,
that's just
show manners.
that's MC in a nutshell, right? Just this nice guy, nice exterior.
You can have that. I'll take the damage.
Yeah.
Easy. Okay, Liquid making a play. Bottom lane, they got 4. We are missing Miracle, but I'm assuming he's got a Spirit up somewhere, perhaps to help out with the team.
Yeah.
Miracle might actually get jumped though. We have Roger and Resolution very close by, but they're gonna get force
Linken's
bottom.
though.
I mean, this tier 3 tower is dropping. Why are they not in their base? The teleports now, they come out from both of them. It might be a little bit on the late side.
Conker's porting right in the front, right?
Yeah, yep, there he is. Delivered as well. Oh, the Winter's Curse coming out as the BKB hits again, allowing perhaps Liquid to back off from this one.
The whole duration of the BKB is pretty much inside of that curse there.
Yeah.
And now Rezo doesn't have it. Not having BKB is going to make that fight super hard for him to actually take, because then they can actually kite him and reliably lock him down with GH. And with this Aegis, they're really trying to force it, and Scotty finished up with Matu as well, so he's extremely durable.
On the right side, he hasn't used God Strength just yet, so they are still to do that. The arrow misses. X-Mark was a little bit used on the late side. That's a nice disruption, maybe getting some illusions for himself. Matu actually getting stuck by his own Fissure, but doesn't matter that much. Or does it? Torrent, that might actually have been it. Nope, there's a Cold Embrace.
Press the attack, Cold Embrace. So much sustain.
The save is there. There's an X mark. An arrow misses. No, arrow actually hits GH, but doesn't hit Matuma, so Matuma lives, and GH was safe regardless. Rax are still standing though.
They're taking a step back, making sure they can heal up a little bit safer. BKB Sven should be coming up very soon, 3 seconds. They're smoking in the back too. GH is going to look for an instant kind of jump if he sees anybody.
Yep. Miracle already getting the roots off on FN.
They get the duel on Roger.
Yep, Roger again.
Oh, the perfect
that go up on 3. GH is taking so much damage. The curse comes out again when the BKB hits, but this time, at least, there's already a dead Earthshaker. Perhaps they have a bit of a better chance. Resolution looking for the next target. Finds himself KuroKy. Now Matuma Man. Can he do anything here? Rezo getting some help. There's a Clockwork and a Mirana teleporting in. Matu, you gotta run from this or not. Your illusions are able to take down Roger again. The poor guy. He'll be back in 30 seconds though. Being low level has its advantages.
Miracle and Matu versus the world right here.
This red lane Arax is dropping.
Rezo trying to re-engage, but his damage without God Strength is super minimal. And Miracle just explodes FN in the backlines, and now they're turning onto Rezo. They've got the Diffusal for the Purge 2 to chase. Actually, no charges on the Diffusal, and they're unable to actually bring down this tanky Sven. I think they should, yeah, just back up. They got what they wanted.
Yeah.
That was a really nice echo by GH, but Rezo, did he get the BKB off as it was happening, it seemed, or?
Yeah, he got the BKB, and then he did get the hit off, and then he got the curse again.
Oh, Miracle goes back in for a greedy kill on Mipushka, but he's paying with his life. That was a little over-aggressive there, Miracle.
That's 1k gold for Rezo.
Yeah.
That's a lot of gold to give away. That fight, however, I mean, still, even though obviously Empire gets a little bit more out of that than Team Liquid, Lena racks down.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Liquid wins that fight, hands down.
Yeah, and during all these engagements, it means that Sven is forced to use the BKB, so it starts ticking down lower and lower and lower. And when he's out 5 seconds, it's pretty hard for him to actually not get kited around since there's a Winter's Curse. And yeah, they force God Strength out of Rezo there.
So how many times that Rezo has popped his BKB? Has there been Winter's Curse? I think 4 times.
4 times,
out
I think
of 5?
now. Yeah, 4 out of 5 times so far. KuroKy's been in the perfect position to get those off. It really helps when you have an Aether Lens on Winter Wyvern at this point in the game. That cast range really makes it a lot easier.
It makes all the difference. And they obviously don't have the Aegis anymore. Do you feel like they want to wait for the next Aegis before trying again?
They can push lanes out, maybe look for some natural pickoffs. Do they have a smoke? They do have one more. They have all their ultis ready. I think probably just pushing lanes in constantly and then trying to take a fight before the Roche is better. Because they're much stronger. They only really have to deal with the Sven. Mirana is a little painful because now the Mjolnir's finished up.
Yep.
But the Sven is the big one when he ever has the BKB God Strength.
Yeah, but it seems like Kuroki is just, his Hawkeye is focused on Rezo only.
Set perfect curses.
Yeah.
And they're not like curses that kill anyone, but they're the curses that save. GH in the backlines here with an invis.
Oh, he gets, no, the dust actually didn't hit. He goes there for the Mirana. That means that FN might not be doing anything this fight. The Echo Slam comes out as well. In comes Rezo with the BKB. This time again.
The curse.
There it is, the curse indeed. Saves mind control for the moment. Earthshaker does end up dropping.
Miracle
and
getting chunked down though.
Resolution, he does do a lot of damage, but he can't attack.
And he spent his gold. He spent on a full Daedalus to try to win that fight.
Buyback.
Yeah, that looks like it's gonna be GG here for Liquid.
Look at how low everybody is as well. He was so close to getting like a double kill, but triple kill even. Yeah, there's the GG.
Yeah, it
This
became.
Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, I mean, Kuroki MVP for sure. He played incredibly well this game. Always in the right place. Him and Mind Control played super well this game. Mind Control with the 152 duel victory. But yeah, Liquid just had really good decision making this game. Invading that safe lane, getting those really early tier 1s. All the early towers, since Empire couldn't really team fight versus them. Getting deep wards, and just not letting the Sven really farm too much.
Yeah.
But Empire didn't look, too bad. Just Ghostic had a really rough game. And whenever he has rough games, it's really hard for them to actually be able to fight properly.
So securing the lanes more.
Yeah, probably.
That should be focus of the second game, because there will be a second game, and that will be also our last game of the day already. Empire, they want to get some extra wins on the board. So does Team Liquid, though. Let's find out what's going to happen in game 2. Stay tuned.